Tonight, growing questions about where Germany's loyalties lie in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. As the country's support for Ukraine, only helmets at the moment, pales in comparison to its NATO allies as Germany keeps buying Russian gas. Leading boxing champion turned Kiev mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, calls that response a joke and asks, what kind of support will Germany send next? Pillows? And he's not alone. Frederick Pleiken is out front with tonight's Inside Look.
As Russia continues amassing troops at Ukraine's borders, the U.S. and its allies have stepped up deliveries of defensive weapons to Kiev, including armor-piercing anti-tank missiles. Notably missing, though, NATO partner Germany. The Germans only offering 5,000 helmets for the Ukrainians facing Russian tanks.
The German government has said very clearly that we will not send any lethal weapons or arms deliveries to conflict areas because we do not want to fuel these conflicts further.
But Germany is coming off a record year for arms exports. The top client, Egypt, despite its difficult human rights track record. Ukraine's ambassador to Berlin says his country is not happy.
I think that they have to reconsider, and they have really start helping us with the weapons of a defensive type which we need right now.
Some NATO countries are questioning just how reliable an ally Berlin is when it comes to confronting Russian aggression, especially after the head of the German Navy recently had to resign after saying Vladimir Putin deserves respect. When dealing with Russia, Germany is still haunted by its past, says Sudha David-Wilp from the German Marshall Fund in Berlin.
They're afraid of sending weapons to Ukraine and those weapons being used against Russians, given the number of Russians that were killed during World War II. But let's be honest, there were huge amounts of Ukrainians that were victims as well during World War II.
Millions of Ukrainians were killed as Hitler's army overran what was then the Ukrainian part of the Soviet Union. Nearly the entire Jewish population there wiped out. But Germany also has hard economic reasons for going soft on Russia. Its dependence on Russian gas and the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, the $11 billion undersea link between the two countries. While Berlin recently claimed the pipeline was a purely economic project, at least now the government says a Russian invasion of Ukraine would have an impact.
If there is renewed aggression, we have the full bandwidth of measures, including Nord Stream 2.
The U.S. has long urged Berlin to use Nord Stream 2, which is not yet certified for gas transit, as leverage to deter Moscow. Now, the State Department says if Russia invades, the project is dead.
If Russia invades Ukraine, one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward.
But Aaron, the Germans are still very much moving forward with the Nord Stream 2 pipeline project. In fact, a German subsidiary has just been founded to try and speed up the certification process here in Europe. All this as the Germans continue to say that they are very much in the U.S.'s corner and would support tough sanctions against Moscow if there's a further invasion of Ukraine. Aaron?
All right,